Welcome back to Data Communication. In today's session, we are going to discuss the types of digital to analog conversion which are helpful for digital transmission of data. Basically, there are three types of digital to analog convergence as amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying, and phase shift keying, shortly known as ASK, FSK, and PSK. All these three types are related to the change in amplitude, frequency, and phase of given data. So whenever we are going to convert our digital data into analog signals for traveling through any medium, these three techniques can be used with the help of modulator to convert the digital data into analog signals. So let's see all the techniques one by one. The first technique here given is amplitude shift keying. Now consider the scenario. Our digital data that we want to transmit is 10110. So in the waveform you are representing your digital data as 10110. Now whenever we want to transmit the digital data into analog signal, we are applying a carrier signal to that digital signal. The carrier signal is a continuous signal which is coming through the media from which our data is going to transfer. The media can be a physical media or wireless media. So the carrier signal will be continuous in nature like analog signal, and as an input we are providing a digital data. So what happens in amplitude shift keying is that whenever the value of your digital data changes, the amplitude of the signal changes, and according to that the analog signal is converted from digital to analog. Now here in the example you can see that the data that we want to transfer is 10110. Now here in the modulator the carrier signal is given to that data, and now we are generating the analog signal. So whenever we are performing amplitude shift keying, only the amplitude of the signal will be changed according to the values of digital data. Frequency and phase of that signal will be unchanged. So here you can see whenever the digital data is 1, amplitude of that signal is higher. The amplitude of signal is nothing but the highest range of that waveform. So here you can see whenever the data is 1, amplitude of that signal is higher. Whenever the data becomes 0, the amplitude of that signal becomes lower or 0. Again the data is 1 1, so the waveform is completed in higher version. For 1 1, again the data becomes 0, so the waveform is 0. So in this way you are providing input as a digital data to the modulator. The modulator takes the input digital data, applies carrier signal to that data and generates analog signal, and that analog signal is then transferred from one location to another location. This is the basic working of amplitude shift keying. Now let's see the advantages, disadvantages, and application of amplitude shift key. The advantages of ASK technique is that its simplicity. That means it is very simple to use and to perform the generation of analog signal from digital signal. Second advantage is that the whole circuit is having low cost, so it can be used easily by small scale applications. The disadvantage of using ASK is that it is very sensitive to noise, so because of this external noise gets added to the analog signal very easily, which becomes problematic in some situations. Now this ASK technique is basically used in telemetry circuits where the digital data is transferred into analog signal using ASK. Now let's move towards the second technique, which is known as frequency shift keying. As the name indicates here, we are going to change the frequency instead of amplitude, and in this technique the amplitude of the signal and phase of the signal will be as it is. So again, let's take an example. Here our digital data is 10110. Modulator is applying a fixed continuous carrier signal to our input. Now the combination of digital signal and carrier signal is generating analog signal using the technique frequency shift keying. So the result will be, whenever your data is 1, the frequency is higher. So you can see the waveforms are connected to each other. It is having very less space in between them. That means more waveforms are generated in that period. Whenever the value becomes 0, the waveforms are distracted from each other. So in this period the waveforms are not much created and it is having some space. Again, whenever the data becomes 1, the waveforms are different, the frequency varies. So in short, whenever the data is 1, the frequency will be higher and it will send more waveforms than in the form of 0. Whenever the data becomes 0, the waveforms are less and the frequency is also less. So this is the conversion of this digital data using carrier signal into the analog signal with the help of method frequency shift keying. In this method, the important point to remember is that amplitude and phase of the signal are as it is, that means constant, only the frequency is changing. Whenever the data value will be 1, frequency will be higher. The data becomes 0, the frequency is lower. So we will get this analog signal as a result of this FSK technique. Now we will see the advantages, disadvantages and applications. Here, advantages of FSK, it's again, this technique is also easy to implement and it is having better noise immunity than ASK. Only disadvantage is that it requires higher bandwidth. Why? Because we have seen that whenever the data is 1, the frequency is very higher. So whenever we require higher frequency, the bandwidth requirement is also higher. So this is one disadvantage of using FSK technique. Now where we can use FSK technique is, the applications are given are caller ID. Whenever the caller IDs are designed, the FSK technique is used, and it is also used in emergency broadcast services. Now let's move towards the last technique, that is known as phase shift keying. Now in phase shift keying, the phase of the waveform will be changed. The phase changes in the form of degrees from 0 to 360. Here in this case, the phase can be changed at 0 degree, 90 degree or 180 degree depending on the input provided to the PSK technique. So let's see the example. Here the data is 10110. The carrier signal is applied by the modulator, and now we are getting the modulated signal with the help of phase shift keying. Here we can see, whenever the value of digital data is 1, we are getting constant waveform. As we can see, frequency and amplitude are constant, so there is no higher lower waveforms in this first cycle. Now whenever the data changes from 1 to 0, the phase of that waveform changes from 0 to 90 degrees. Now here the 0th data is start from this location and the waveform is continuing. Now whenever the data becomes 1 from 0, again the phase of that data changes, and then it is continued up to next 0 element. Whenever again the modulator will find the 0 in digital data, the phase of your analog signal will be changed. So in this way, here you can see whenever the data is changed from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1, every time we get phase shift. That's why the name of this method is phase shift keying, in which the phases of waveforms are changed according to the input provided, and frequency and amplitude of that signal are same. Now let's see the advantages, disadvantages and applications. The advantages of PSK is that it is having very good noise immunity than first two techniques. Second advantage is that it is having lower bandwidth than FSK and obviously ASK technique. It is having higher data transfer rate because of its working. The only disadvantage is that generation of binary phase shifting is not easy as compared to other two techniques. The applications where PSK is used is the digital transmission of data like wireless LAN or Bluetooth. In these applications, the PSK technique is widely used as it is having higher data transfer rate and it requires lower bandwidth. So in this session, we have discussed all the three techniques of converting your digital data into analog form for making it ready to transfer through analog medium. So we'll stop here with today's session. In next session, we will see the modulation techniques which are helpful for converting the analog to analog transmission. Till then, watch this video and prepare yourself for the next session. Thank you.